from the hood champion, boxing and sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Hey, look, man, the WBC is always coming up with some damn belt to I guess, to reward the fighter who comes out victorious with. But, you know, man, I just don't know if, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. But what's your opinion on these damn WBC and all these belts? Now, my thing was, there's got to be a catch. I mean, there's got to be some kind of fees associated with taking these belts, but I haven't been able to identify that. But this is the Union belt. It looks pretty good, man. It looks pretty cool. Unlike that Freedom belt they had when Charlo fought there in Houston, man. That belt was a damn joke. Two big fists on there, breaking chains, and we get it, man. Juneteenth, and the history there in Texas, and you know, the slaves being emancipated and everything, man. You know, we get it, but not sure a belt was necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a reach. Like that, if I was Charles, I would have threw that belt in the trash, man. I mean, just like a slap in the face, in my opinion. But when you look at the WBC, man, I mean, I guess it's not a bad idea to come up with different belts for these huge matches. And it seems like they have good intentions. But I just, with the issue with just so many different belts and belts having no meaning, I mean, some belts having no meaning, you know, let me be specific. I'm just not sure what this does for a fighter. Like, I can't see Dillian Whyte seeing this and saying, oh yeah, I'm going to go in there and knock Tyson Fury out. You know, maybe more money if there's like a $5 million for a knockout bonus, but a damn belt. Tyson Fury, I think he would appreciate it, but I think Tyson Fury would appreciate it too. But I just don't see this motivating them anymore to go out there and win a fight. With Charlo, the whole Juneteenth thing and that belt, you know, I don't think that motivated him anymore to win the fight. And then there was the Mestizo belt. You know, Canelo snatched up several of these belts. So there was the Huichol belt, the Maya belt, 1 and 2, the Chiapas belt, and the Mazawa Otomi belts. And then the Mestizo, then the Freedom and now the Union. So the WBC has started something, man, and the concept was created in 2017, associated with Mexican culture, you know. So I get it. It's pretty cool, but I'm just not seeing, I don't see the benefit of saying, hey, if you win the fight, we give you this belt. Like, I just, to me, it's no motivation. But if you'd say, hey, if you win the fight by decision, $1 million bonus, knockout, $5 million bonus, you know, that gets my juices flowing. You know, that can motivate somebody. But these belts, man, that's just a damn trophy. And I think as kids, you like trophies. But as you get older, you know, I think people would rather have money. You know, it's like a little kid. You can say, look, I'll give you $1,000. If we race this kid, I give you $1,000, I'll give you a trophy. A little kid gonna take a trophy. But as an adult, you say, look, I gave this trophy, I give you $1 million. They don't want no damn trophy. You know what I'm saying? They want the money. You know, the priorities change, perspective changes. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me know your thoughts about this. It's a nice looking belt. These aren't cheap belts. In particular, like with that Mestizo belt, if you look at the detail in that belt, it's absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. Absolutely amazing. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on this. It's kind of cool, but the WBC boys, wait to see what they come up with next if Spence and Crawford fights. I mean, you got Man Down, then you got Crawford over there. He's from Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, what the hell are they going to come up with for Spence and Crawford? Now, that's going to be funny, and I'm definitely going to cover that. But I mean, you know, hopefully there's no more hands with chains and to symbolize the freedom and all the emancipation. They got to come up with something better, man. Just because you have a fighter from China, a fighter from India, these African American fighters, or someone from, you know, out there in Europe or something like that, that don't mean you need to create a belt that you feel is specific to these people based on, you know, what you think somebody would want. Like, why don't you just come up with something that's very generic and that can apply to everybody. But trying to curtail it and make it, specific for certain race, certain culture, certain religion, certain part of the world. I mean, I think that's where they need an advisor to come in if they're going to do that. Someone who has a good understanding of, I think this would go over well. Opposed to you just sitting back there in the lab and just, Dr. Dr. Wario back there just coming up with shit, trying to create power up so you can go out there, man, and hopefully impress these guys. That's not it. They need to stop with the Dr. Wario, Nintendo Land bullshit, and create something that can apply to everyone. I'm trying to make it specific to these fighters and to where they're from, and it's not a bad idea. I just think it just needs a little bit more brainstorming, a little bit more of a team, kind of a team to come together and kind of work through those concepts and put together a better design plan and just an overall better approach. This right here is not it to me, but I do like it. It looks like a clean belt, and I like their intentions. I just think they need to go back to the lab and just think it out a little more, because the belts, all of them have looked good. That Juneteenth one, that shit crashed and burned. Charlie need to throw that shit in the trash and ask for something different. But these other ones, man, they look pretty clean. They're kind of cool, but I just think they need to work that out a little bit more. But they're onto something, and they're the only ones doing it, so you got to applaud them. These other guys are doing that, man. The WBC is the only one kind of leaning forward, and the good thing is they're trying things. You have to try it. You don't know you don't know what's going to stick. And so far, this is sticking, but I think they can kind of improve that process, and so when they get that end product, I think it's received a bit better. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Who cares, right? Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Shout out to all the veterans. Y'all keep safe. Please subscribe. I appreciate it, man. More videos to come. And as always, I'm in the breeze.